this week's productivity tip. We were talking about number 5 on the 24 ways to save 24 hours a week checklist and action plan. If you don't have yours yet, I will go ahead and drop a link in the comments. So number 5 is plan tomorrow today. An oldie, but still relevant, absolutely, for good reason. So let's talk about why. How often have you thought, what happened to this day? What happened? I was gonna get this done, I was gonna get this done, and I was gonna get this done, and then all this other stuff happened. So there are many ways to combat this, and one of the ways will help you save time, plant some seeds in your subconscious, and be more tuned in. Yeah, kind of subconsciously and more consciously aware, more tuned in to what you said was important. Help you stay focused. And let's see what some of the other reasons. And you're gonna feel more organized. That's a biggie, right? So first of all, say hello and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag replay. And if you have any questions about today's Plan Tomorrow Today tip, definitely let me know. You can drop a comment right now, do thumbs up, hearts, whatever, if you like something I say. If you're like, yes, I've done that and it works, go ahead and pop that in. Yeah, definitely. I want to know what you're thinking because this is for you. So, all right. So how often have you thought, what happened to today? Man, I was going to do all these things and then other stuff happened. Maybe things took longer than you thought, okay? That's one issue that many of us, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not perfect either. That happens, but it's how we respond and how often it happens, and then how we can put things in place that make it better going forward. So this is one of those oldie but goodie things that works. It totally works. So let me tell you a little story. You've probably heard this or a variation of it. Once upon a time, there was a wealthy industrialist, and he brought in some management consultant, some expert into his company. He said, man, I want to know how to make my managers more effective. What can we do? So the consultant said, essentially, okay, I'm going to observe your managers for a day, and then I'm going to come back and give you some recommendation, and we'll go from there. So he followed some managers around for the day, and he came back to the CEO, president, whatever they were calling him. This is many years ago. And he said, here's the deal. I know exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a piece of advice that your managers are going to follow, and for 30 days, they're going to do this for 30 days, and then I'm going to come back and you're going to pay me whatever you think it's worth. Have you heard the story before? This is a good one. Can you imagine? Of course, this CEO, he's like, well, yeah, that sounds pretty great. If I can pay you whatever I think it's worth, and my managers just have to try one thing for 30 days, okay, great. Yes, what is it? So the consultant expert said, all right, here's what they need to do, because they're not being fully effective with their time. Just like we were talking about. That's the point of the story, right? What they're going to do is they're going each day, before they leave work for the day, they're going to plan the most important things that they need to do for the following day. So before they leave work, they write a very short list of the most important things that need to be done the next day. And ideally, this is a variation of the story, by the way, ideally they would do the things in the order of their importance. But even if you don't do that, the rest of the story is amazing. So simple. So the CEO, wealthy industrialist guy, said, oh, okay, yeah, we can have them do that. So they did. So the managers did this. He was blown away by how much more effective those managers were. And when the consultant came back 30 days later, so all they did was at the end of each workday, plan the most important things to be done that following workday. So Monday through Friday, right? Friday for the Monday, or whatever days you work, because I know how that can be. Staggering amounts of more work. They felt more organized. They were more effective with their time. They felt more on top of things. He saw positive changes in the company and paid this expert an enormous fee for that time. And I don't remember what the exact dollar amount was, but even if, because it was so long ago, if we translated it to today's dollars, it would be an incredible amount, because he saw the value of planning tomorrow today. So yeah, it's simple, but it works, right? So let's think about this. Have you done this before? So raise your hand, do a thumbs up in the comments, or, you know, give me an emoji, something. If you've tried this before and you liked it, but you just got out of the habit, or you're doing this now and you love it, or you've never really tried this because things just feel out of control and you don't get to it. I mean, I know that can happen. So it's a habit to insert into your already busy day. That's probably the biggest catch, right? That, and because you think you have so many things on your to-do list that it can feel almost impossible to choose 1, 2, 3, or up to maybe 6 things. So there are a couple variations of the story. One is the one that I've given to many audiences, lots of clients in one-on-one sessions, is 6 or less. So you make a list of 6 or less things, that those are the most important things to be done the next day. However, in the 24 ways to save 24 hours a week, I actually suggested 3 things. You've heard this before, right? So whether you pick 1 thing, 3, 6, or I've also heard 7, but I really think 7 is that's the highest number. Too many things to keep track of. If you only pick 1 thing, that's the most important thing you get done tomorrow at the end of each day, can you imagine how much better things can be? So whatever that is that's going to move you, it's going to move the needle. Whatever it is that's going to move the needle, that's what you want to focus on for that following day. So again, like I said, this saves you time, because in the midst of the morning routine and getting situated at your desk or in your workspace or whatever, it's way too easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you dive into email first thing, or you start looking at social media, you're on your phone, and your day takes control of you. So if you've already set out a short list of the things that you're going to do, the most important things to get done that day. Now, of course, there are going to be some other things. You know, I always, in my some of my time management related presentations, I often use the example, you're not going to put brush my teeth on the list, right? There are things that you're going to do that aren't going to make it on the list, but you're doing them anyway. Of course. Okay, so it's those things that really move the needle that will help you achieve your vision, help you achieve that number 1 goal that you're working on right now. By taking the guesswork out of this, you're able to get focused quicker at the start of your workday, which is priceless. You don't know how many times people ask me, how can I, if I just have 20 minutes, sometimes I can't even remember what I'm supposed to be working on. So as you're just looking at what needs to be done, review your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your yearly goals, whatever, plan those 3 things, or whatever number works best for you. And then, of course, the second part of this equation is to focus on those earlier in the day. Work on the most important things earlier in the day. Eat that frog, Brian Tracy, right? Okay, so let's see if I'm leaving anything out from this tip. Yeah, it just saves so much time and energy getting your head in the game when you get to work. And even more if you're not going to open the emails or do your social media before tackling that list. So that's basically it. Plan tomorrow, today. Short list of the most important things. Try this. Try it for 30 days. If you haven't done this ever, or if you have not done this in a while, try it for 30 days and let me know what's happening. I think you're going to love it.